Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Alan Troop, reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Wednesday, November 27th. Tonight, we report on a fire that damaged a Moses Lake home and what the Grant County Commissioners decided about a marijuana business moratorium. Bob Kirkpatrick keeps us up to date on sports, and our spotlight story tonight is about people helping people in Ephrata to have a dinner to be thankful for. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight, a fire in a Moses Lake home appears to have started at a kitchen light fixture. Moses Lake firefighters responded to a call for a fire in the 1300 block of Buell Drive last night at roughly 6:15 p.m. Fire Chief Tom Taylor said people were home at the time of the fire started and got out safely. Firefighters needed to cut a piece of the roof off to get into the attic to make sure the blaze was out. Taylor said there was a lot of meticulous work to make sure the insulation was put out. There was some storage up overhead. The firefighters want to make sure it's out so they don't go back. Grant County chose not to delay processing permits for marijuana-related businesses. The commissioners decided not to impose a 6-month moratorium on the permits during a meeting yesterday. The decision follows a public hearing where 6 people opposed the moratorium. The delay was meant to give the planning department time to change the county's codes to match the State Board of Liquor Control's rules on growing, processing, and selling the drug. Planning Director Damian Hooper said the state's current rules don't match the county's rules, including regulations concerning fence heights or signs. He pointed out the state requires an 8-foot-tall fence around outdoor marijuana growers, but the county rules only allow a 6-foot-tall fence. It means county-based marijuana businesses might need a building permit and possible code variance approved by a hearing examiner. For more on the story, visit us online at ifiber1.com/news. People in need of a meal in Quincy have help from their community and their local food bank. Reporter Vivian Huang tells us about the impact of the holidays on their service.
The Quincy Food Bank gave out turkeys to almost 200 families on Tuesday in time for Thanksgiving. Director Terry Laney says she worked at the front desk for a year and a half before becoming director of the food bank in June.
I really appreciate the community that we have and how well they take care of the people in need. It was a pleasant surprise, and also to the volunteers that are here at the food bank. Got a great team of Hispanic as well as Caucasian, and they don't all speak English, but it's a great team and we work together, and I care about each one of them. They do a really good job. There's about 12 to 15 people that come and volunteer twice a week.
The food bank is located at 210 First Avenue Southeast in Quincy and is open on Tuesdays and Fridays from 9:30 to noon. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Vivian Huang.
Thank you, Vivian. Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day, or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We will be back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center, sports, and more news.